Okay, Coach, we are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready. White 25. 59. Even.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On second down and 4, Winston. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
36. Undercut. Green, triple team.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Ready up.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up first and 10 at their own 18. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend, sure that he's right.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Faking the give to Lindsay. Here's Locke. Looking deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Play action. Now it's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36. Block now on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Mack Wilson. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing now is Locke. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield.
Check 13. Let's convert.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Wait. Slam. Check. Lucky.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And finding the tight end Hooper. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
A good chance this is 4 down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Winston gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. Hey, let's get it for Berkeley.
Jameis to throw it. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
You better be ready. Don't be slipping, flip it. Mine's 50.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Mike, ready. Blue way. Focus, defense. Flip it. Come on.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
We go! Send Tusa!
A give, running right, Lindsey. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Browns drive about to get started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Winston. And it's complete. Hooper. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. He's got Jack Doyle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Check 43. Hey, Wahoo! Watch the shift! Check that! 61, matchbox, big grip.
They'll try the draw, Lindsey. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Strong left, strong. Hey, team 6, now.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Flushed out right, and that's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. They'll find Lindsey here. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll go for it. It's Locke. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. This is caught, and they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Ready, set. Mike's 50. Hey, pick your game up. Hey, get it.
They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Hey, Zoo. Drop the screen. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
To throw it is Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Noah Fant there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for Cleveland. 53 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham there to make the grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go. 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Now this time Locke will throw. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
It's a gain of 35. First down, Denver.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And McManus able to put it through. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Going for the deep ball. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, here's Lindsey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Browns drive about to get started. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
Ready?
A run for Nick Chubb. Just bowling over tacklers. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
You think you gonna get this? Slam, slam, slam. Under 10, under 10.
On 2nd down and 4, Winston. And he completes it to Hunt. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line.
Hey, 5-0.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Wait. Check. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Bringing up 3rd and 12.
Mike, ready. Blue ready. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On 3rd down, Winston. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 24, Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is fielded at the 27. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Winston. And Winston lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. On 2nd and 15 now. Locke.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Ready? Black 22. Hey, let's get him converted. Deuce. Flip it. Press down. Let's go.
On 2nd and 15 now. Winston. And his throw is incomplete. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, Winston. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day?
Drew Lock taken down on the end zone. 2 points for the defense. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They run it again with Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Mike, check.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Ready.
On 1st down, Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Rock it. Check 52. Deep grip.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 76 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run. Chubb. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
A give running right is Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. They go play action. Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero, but we did see there the emphasis.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
6-6, pull it high. 36. Bravo.
Here's Locke. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So down a couple scores, only 1 timeout left. You figure they have to get this one. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth.
Let's go heavy.
Lock now on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Check four.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Big hold of the 30 and all the way up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A toss play to Chubb. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
It's third down and 4.
Ready. White 25. White. Something got man. Switch.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
A loss of a yard. It's fourth down.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Browns, that'll be a happy locker room as they start.